of like, oh my God, you know. Anyway, it's amazing to see you all here, and it just shows the strength of feeling and injustice and, you know, desire to get our message across to the wider public, because we are the campaigners, but it's these people out here, the general public, who need to join forces with us to form an effective campaign. Now, unfortunately, I have campaigned in Parliament before, and one of my campaigns in Mencap at least has been to get fairer coverage in the media of people, you know, on benefits, disabled people and etc. And you know, some of the stuff that certain newspapers publish is nothing short of disabling, really. If you said that about somebody's race or, you know, gender or sexuality, you'd probably get sued or wouldn't be allowed to write anything against. That's an utter disgrace. And you know, a lot of it's factually incorrect. You know, you hear things about 75% of incapacity benefit claimants could work when we've got these terrible assessments, ATOS assessments, of which one I've been to myself, and I certainly wouldn't say that, you know, I met the guy for 20 minutes of my life. You know, how is he going to know about my life when I see my GP every 2 weeks? I fainted in my ATOS assessment. In my TLA, which I had to go to tribunal and I've had since I was a child, I collapsed in that. I had some woman looking right through me. In my ATOS assessment, he asked me whether I watched Coronation Street. Now, I thought, why is he asking me that? But it's very underhand, because when you watch Coronation Street, you're watching it for half an hour. So as someone with ADHD as well, that means you can concentrate for half an hour. So the very sly, there's a mistrust in the system, and no wonder there's a mistrust, because ATOS are actually sponsoring the Paralympics, which is an utter disgrace. You know, the people who've, you know, the Department of Work and Pensions Minister, Ian Duncan-Smith, has a think tank called the Centre for Social Justice. Well, all I can see is total injustice going on with disabled people. All I can see from Ian Duncan-Smith is an attitude, an archaic attitude that goes back to Roman times. There's a book called Scapegoat by a Guardian journalist, which I'm reading at the minute, and it talks about great writers such as Pliny, Aristotle, Plato, were all recommending disabled people for human sacrifice, or saying that, you know, they weren't worthy of, you know, being your son or daughter. And essentially, we've still got that now. The Disability Discrimination Act came in 1995 and was amended in 2005. Now, one of my campaigns in Mencap has been that when you ring up your bank and say, can you make a reasonable adjustment? Say, I've got schizophrenia. Can, you know that overdraft charge that I've been charged, can you waive that? They say, well, we've got to treat every customer the same, which is the Equality Act. But they don't adhere to the Disability Discrimination Act, and the problem is that with the Disability Discrimination Act, they changed that before attitudes changed. So what we've got to do now is, I certainly don't want to sit in my house like a lot of other ignorant people seem to think and watch Jeremy Kyle play on a PlayStation and, you know, go, you know, benefits, like, because that's existence. I want to have a life, I want to be in work, I want to, you know, have a fulfilling job, I want to have dignity, you know, and thankfully the good charity I work for a couple of days a week gives me that. I don't, you know, and we need to fight this gross misconception that people like me are just happy to sit on benefits. Every single time I get asked, you know, like, you know what, people don't realise how degrading it is to sit in front of a doctor and say to them, I'm rubbish at this, I'm rubbish at this, and I'm rubbish at this. My mum filled in my DLA form, 52 pages. Apparently that's easy to throw out. I don't think it is. They're changing it to personal independent thing. It's 52 pages of stuff that you're rubbish at. And my mum cried through every page, because how can you fill in 52 pages where your son, you know, is about that? And they're changing personal independence payments to a model of what you can do. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm all for interdependence, right? And to some marvellous disabled people who, you know, you've seen the guy running in the Olympics, you know, with folks' legs. And, you know, they're focusing on what you can do and not what you cannot. But we're not Lazarus. I think they have this black and white attitude, the government, and you know, Atos and the assessors, that basically, you know, it's sort of like, well, you can make a cup of tea, so that means, you know, you're infallible. And that's a very dangerous attitude to take, because just because I can stand up here and speak doesn't mean that I basically, you know, don't have problems. So to finish up, I want to see a society where, you know, disabled people, you know, are at the heart of it. Disabled people are not discriminated against. You know, I've lost my job or been to interviews before for the basic reason that they sort of shy away from taking you on. Also, you know, they talk about supporting disabled people in work, and you know, we're going to thoroughly support them into work. Well, Mr. Cameron, I found that quite ironic, because when I was in Remploy, and it's a good job I've got a boss who basically just, on a whim, I went into Mencap and sat down and looked at the volunteer scheme. But they've time-limited Remploy support. So they're gonna support you, apparently, to get into employment, but they've time-limited that support to only 6 months. So I don't really know what use that is. It's no good to the taxpayer, it's no good to the disabled person, and it's certainly no good to me or our members. So look, let's have a society where we include disabled people, we give them in compassion, we have equality as well as no discrimination, but also we understand what their actual lives are like, because I don't think people who criticise us or talk about this welfare reform have an actual understanding of what it's like to be on welfare, what it's like to be unemployed, and what it's like to be disabled. So thank you very much, and solidarity.